Hey guys, Joshua Gamer here, and today we're doing part 14, if I remember counting correctly, of What If Asta was the reincarnation of Link. So, I haven't rewatched it, but I do remember the last part where I left off was in the springs, like the springs part, where they got pretty much, they were training there and stuff like that, and Asta, of course, like canon, became Devil Asta. I don't remember the name. I really don't remember the name. I'm sorry if I trigger any of you guys. I'm sorry. If I trigger you guys, I'm very sorry. Please don't hate me. But pretty much kind of went the same thing as canon. But remember, Asta and Noelle are secretly dating. Oops, sorry. But pretty much, yeah. Asta and Noelle are pretty much secretly dating because, well, pretty much both of them agreed that they don't want to tell anyone yet. They, of course, the Black Bulls know, and pretty much they respect their decision. They don't tell anyone. They keep it until they would keep it, of course. And of course, Yami really doesn't care. He just say, he would pretty much not care about it. But he said, just do whatever you want. So pretty much after all of this, they all get to their rooms, and Asta just puts down the Master Sword next to him, and pretty much he hears before he goes to sleep, he hears a knock. And I keep accidentally doing that, I'm sorry. But pretty much, Asta is confused of who might that be. So he just goes and opens the door. And it is Noelle. Yes, it is Noelle. With pretty much Asta saying, Noelle, how are you? With Noelle still being kind of shy. She's not assumed it anymore. She kind of lets her guard down when she's near with Asta, of course. So she's more of a shy person now. Kind of like, I believe her name was Mimosa. Yes, I believe it was Mimosa. And before I forget, I'm just gonna let you guys know right now that I don't remember most of like the parts in the the little elf versus humans arc, whatever it's called. But pretty much I don't remember most of it, but I remember I still have some. I'm sorry that I won't be able to tell every single part of it, but I'll try my best to the best of my capabilities. I hope you guys still enjoy it. But I'll quit my yapping and let's continue. So pretty much Asta says, "Oh, Noelle, you want to come inside?" With Noelle kind of shy, and she just shakes her head. With pretty much Asta opening the door wide enough for Noelle to be able to get in. With pretty much Noelle going to Asta's room. With Noelle just seeing his room, and it looks pretty clean, like really clean. And she's surprised by this, saying, "Oh, I never knew you kept your room this clean." With Asta just saying, "It's something I picked up after a while." So, what's up? What do you want to talk about? With her just being shy and not saying not saying it too loud enough, she would just say, "Oh, I just pretty much just imagine I'm whispering." Pretty much she's just mumbling. There it is. It's not whispering, mumbling. She just says that I just wanted to see you, and like mumbles that without still saying, Did you say something?" With Noelle kind of saying it louder, saying, I just wanted to see you. That's all. With Asta just saying, "Oh, well, you could have just said that. It's fine. We're dating anyways." With Asta just blushing still. It's kind of awkward in a way, but not too awkward. You know what I mean? It's like that little stage. So pretty much Asta says, "So, you want to talk?" Pretty much Noelle just, of course, and she pretty much asks about more of the Master Sword and the thing about reincarnation, since Fi did say he is the reincarnation of the hero, Link. So pretty much Asta just explains to her that he just has some memories of his past lives, mostly 4. But for some reason, one of them still hasn't appeared yet for some reason. I only know 3. There was one that each one had a different role. One was up above the sky, more higher than the sky itself. Another one was able to split different timelines, I'd say. And the third one is the one that connected all the timelines. And it said that the fourth one was, I don't know. They said that he is someone that was able to save the land or something. I don't know. With Noelle saying, it's okay, it'll be there for you when it happens. With Asta saying, yeah, it will. And also, I've gotten gifts from the goddess herself. Not Zelda, no, not Zelda. It's a little pedestal from the goddess. With Noelle asking, really? I want to know, where did you find it? With Asta saying, it's called the Temple of Time. Fi tells me that the temple appears wherever the hero is near. And also, it only appears when danger will happen upon us. I don't know if it's, true or anything, but I'm just gonna say that it is. And also, the temple is pretty messed up, too. You can barely tell it's a temple. It's mostly, just a messed up, just ruins, really. But surprisingly, it's still in contact within the inside. It's pretty strong. It was still able to hold itself together for a long, long time. Pretty much just saying a little pun there. With Noelle saying, You're making puns now? Oh my goodness. The world is ending. Noelle jokingly saying, with Asta saying, hey. Pretty much just nudging her, and both of them just laugh. And pretty much, Asta just says, so you want to go see the Temple of Time after everything, dies down? With Noelle saying, and also, after everything calms itself down, maybe we can say in public that, with Asta saying, yeah, I understand what you mean. But the truth is, your family is, I hope your family accepts me too. Which Noelle says, yeah, me too. And pretty much, for some reason, it's just that they usually look at each other's eyes. And pretty much, Asta and Noelle, there's nothing. No sound, but it's all quiet. You can just hear the grasshopper in the background. And some rain, too. And for some reason, they just kiss. Because I thought it was a good moment, So pretty much, they just kiss. They don't do anything too much. You know what I mean? So pretty much, both Asta and Noelle just cuddle, pretty much. Something cute, With pretty much the next morning, Magna pretty much says, Asta, wake up, damn it. Pretty much knocking at the door repeatedly. Asta! Pretty much Asta waking up completely because of the screams saying, I'm awake. What? So pretty much, but Magna, pretty much Asta opens the door. And Magna says, Asta, finally you're awake. You're going to be late. With Asta going to say, late to what? Instantly he remembers about the Royal Knights thing. I forgot what it was called, but pretty much the Royals getting their uniforms. So pretty much, Asta says, oh crap, I'm going to be late. And pretty much Magna was about to go through, but that's when he saw someone else get up, pretty much wake up. And he says, which is Noelle, of course. Pretty much waking up from the bed, pretty much sitting up straight, saying, what's with all that sound? Pretty much, Magna just sees this, and then he looks at Asta, And he does that little grin saying, "Oh, well, you should have. You should have told me, Asta. Okay, don't worry. I'll tell them you'll be. Don't worry. I'll tell them you. I'll give you an excuse. Don't worry. You can. You can continue what you were doing. But have fun. Don't worry. I'll put some soundproof magic next time." With Asta, pretty much both Asta and Noelle look at each other. Both of them just saying, "Oh God." With Asta yelling, "It's not what you think!" With pretty much Magna just saying, just like, like that, misunderstanding. He's like one of those people, he's pretty much misunderstood the situation. But I digress. Pretty much just everyone else saying, pretty much the people that were chosen near the door, and pretty much say, "Hey, ooh, we're Asta and Noelle." With Magna pretty much trying to hold back a smile, he says, he's trying to get ready. He said he'll go catch up with you guys. And with Noelle, I think I can't go over there. She's still asleep. With Vanessa saying, "I checked there, but she's not." Instantly, Magna, I don't remember if Vanessa went, but pretty much, let's say she didn't. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I have gaps in my knowledge, so pretty much I digress. Of course, and pretty much Magna pretty much grabbed the wrist of Vanessa and pretty much pulled her to the side, and pretty much explaining what he saw there, with Vanessa saying, "Oh," and pretty much doing that the same smile, same like face that Magna did. She was like, "Oh," and she just said, "Oh yeah, never mind. She actually was there. I was just not paying attention much. I was drunk." With everyone and pretty much Vanessa just pushing them outside, saying, "Go. They'll catch up. Don't worry. I'll make sure they catch up, and don't worry." Saying bye. And pretty much Vanessa and Magna become like little buddies after that. Like, you know what I mean. Pretty much both Noelle and Asta get prepared like after a few minutes. And then, well, of course, Noelle went to her room. Pretty much, they both change. And pretty much go to the door, saying, "Where did everyone else go?" With Vanessa saying, they went ahead," and Magna just says, "Don't worry, I covered for you both. Did you have fun?" With pretty much both of them just blushing red, saying, "Shut up! It wasn't like that." Instantly, Asta summoned his master cycle and says, "Come on, Noelle, we gotta hurry or we'll be late." Pretty much just riding, and pretty much, of course, Noelle gets on the master cycle and pretty much rides with Asta all the way to the capital. And let's say a few minutes pass, and they barely got there in time. Pretty much passing through the gate really quickly, and also some of the civilians. There we go. Passing through them. Not running anyone over, just to make sure, but pretty much passing through them, getting there, and getting their uniforms, barely. With both Noelle and Asta pretty much running towards the place where they have to get their uniforms. And they did just in time, too. And pretty much they go and pretty much get prepared. With pretty much, they change and go to where they're supposed to meet. It's canon. And pretty much they have the same thing as canon. So, yeah. And then, sorry, I'm trying to wait. Let me remember a part of the anime. Okay, so pretty much the king tells them what to. I don't remember what the king said, but pretty much I somewhat remember what the Wizard King said. It's mostly saying that where they found the base of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, stuff like that, and pretty much saying that they're gonna attack them in a bit and stuff. I don't remember. I don't remember everything from the anime, but I do have some things of knowledge. So if I miss any other important things, please tell me in the comments. So yeah, let's continue. Pretty much, I don't remember. There was another spatial magic user. Pretty much they were able to go to the castle. Pretty much they were able to find the palace, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. I remember that in a part that they went to go help the village, but I don't remember if that was before or after. But I'll just say that's gonna be after because I don't remember completely. Remember, I have a few gaps in my a bit of gaps in my knowledge from the anime, but I'll try to make it work. So I digress, and let's continue. Pretty much, I'm just gonna, because I don't remember everything, things go the same way as canon, so pretty much, Asta, and Yuno and everyone else goes through the castle, with pretty much being attacked. What was the guy's name again? But pretty much the guy attacking, Asta, pretty much attacks Asta with, what was the red-haired guy's name? I forgot. I can't remember names for some reason. I remember it was something with a Z, but I can't. But for now, it doesn't matter for now. So pretty much, they do the same attack with Asta using the big sword, same as canon. Pretty much every action is the same as canon because he doesn't think that it. Because for now, he's not using it because it's like a last resort. And it's a holy sword, for God's sake. So, and for some reason, Asta is getting memories. And then, pretty much, Asta, same thing as canon, because I don't remember every single one. I remember that there was a spell that made everyone that was reincarnate an elf again. But since Zelda is the child of, what was the guy's name? I forgot the name. I forgot his name. Pretty much the leader of the elves from canon. I forgot his name, but I digress. But pretty much, she is actually part elf. Also being included, Asta is part elf. So pretty much, they have that glow also towards them, but they're not being controlled because they are not reincarnates of elves. They are actually part elf, you know what I mean? So pretty much, and also since Zelda is alive, Yuno is not possessed by elves. So yeah. So pretty much everything goes the same as canon, but with Asta having that golden glow around him, and with the inclusion of Zelda, mostly just getting her ears pointier, with also Asta getting his ears pointier, not too much though, since half elf, half human. So yeah, it's kind of the Hylian look, like the slightly pointy ears Hylian look, kind of like that. Yes. I'll stop my yapping since I'm talking too much, but pretty much, yes, same thing like that, canon. And some of the members are confused, with Asta also being confused, with Zelda not surprised. Because, let's have a bit of a flashback. Before, the exam of the Royal Knights exams, whatever it's called, she actually opened the letter, and it stated that her father is an elf and her mother was a royal, pretty much the princess, about 500 years ago. And it says that it's mostly, they don't know where she is, but if she's safe, they are happy for her. And if they're not there with her, or if someone else gave it to her, like Elizabeth, no, was it Elizabeth? Ellie? I don't remember, because I kind of forgot I forget easily the names if I don't talk about them for a while, but I think it was Ellie. Yes, I'm just gonna say Ellie. But pretty much, if Ellie gave it to her, then they're happy that they know that they love her. Pretty much, all the sentimental and parental stuff, saying that they're sorry that they are not with her. They would be happy and proud of the woman that she grew up to be, happy to know that if she became strong, to know the friends that she made, to see if she even decided what path she wanted to make for herself. Pretty much, after Zelda reading all of that emotional, she did not feel fear of who she thought her parents were, but sad, but also happy that their parents sacrificed themselves for her, even though they sadly can't see, and to be proud of what the type of person she decided she would become. She felt emotionally tired after all of that. Pretty much, and that's when Asta comforted her, and he also read the letter, which also shocked him, but it didn't change anything. For him, she was still his sister. She still cared for her. He still cared for her as a family member. So it didn't change anything. So he said he'd keep it a secret. So pretty much the flashback ends, and pretty much everyone's confused and thought they would have to fight Zelda, with Zelda saying, no, wait. It's me, Zelda, I still have my memories, I'm not controlled, I'm here. With everyone saying, with the people that are with her, pretty much confused of what's happening to her. Zelda plays dumb, saying, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Pretty much just kind of acting out that she's freaking out. And pretty much, she sold it pretty well. They were able to believe her. And pretty much at the moment, they didn't care. And I think it was Leona. Yeah, I think it was Leona that said, it doesn't matter. Right now, you're going to help us fight. So, you may want to get out that rapier and help us fight. Pretty much, Leona was pretty much going to go help pretty much with Zelda, but she felt something was off. And she said, wait. Pretty much looks behind her, and she doesn't see Asta, or I think it was Xena or Zona. I don't remember. But pretty much the other guy that was with Asta. And she says, wait, where are Asta and the other guy? With Zelda saying, I don't know. I thought they were with us still. Pretty much now knowing that they all split it up. Because, by the way, I don't remember how they split up, but let's just say they split up into the same way. With pretty much confused that some of his friends are betraying them, but just feeling the magic that it's someone else. They feel different. It's not them. With saying, who are you? I think it was Klaus. Yes, I think it was Klaus that was taken over. Pretty much saying, you filthy human. Pretty much putting out the speech saying, Klaus, stop with the act. Come on. Pretty much, being the still chill guy. Instantly, he goes and pretty much was forced to fight Klaus and the others that were turning into elves. Pretty much, let's just say as canon, some of the fight happened with, bumping into Asta and the other guy. With, seeing Asta having that same glow as the others. Instantly, he brought his arrow and put some magic into it and aimed it straight at Asta, with Asta saying, wait, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me, I swear, look at me, look, it's me, pretty much just frantically saying, it's me, it's me, Asta, I swear, pretty much Asta, saying, if you are Asta, tell me, how did you get that sword? With pretty much Asta looking around saying, God, do you really want me to say it? With Yuno saying, yes. Asta saying, yeah, I got it from the Temple of Time where we went with Zelda, you know. I'm not gonna say anything else because you know what happens if people know. With pretty much Yuno saying, okay, I'll buy it. Because if an elf pretty much possessed your body, I don't think they would be able to wield it. With Asta saying, yeah, me neither. And I don't know what's happening. I don't know why I'm glowing. With Yuno saying, wait, what of Zelda? Remember, you know that what she is? With Asta saying, wait a minute. Instantly, of course, remembering the little flashback that she's part elf and pretty much her mother was human. And also a royal at that. With Asta saying, you have got to be kidding me. With Yuno confusing, what? Asta looking at him saying, I think... And he pretty much pulls, like, he whispers in his ear saying, I think I'm part elf. And part human. With Yuno shocked. And he's of course, he didn't expect it either. He was just making up something. Maybe he was actually has a soul in him that's elf, but like the theory that was the reincarnation of the child of the leader of the elves. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. Just put it in the comments. With pretty much Asta saying, "Yes, I think I am, but I don't know why I'm not being controlled." With saying, probably. Well, that's lucky. Well, that's lucky, really. If they took control of you, I don't know what type of trouble we had to go through. I was saying, yeah, but we need to find the others, quickly. With pretty much, saying, yeah, don't worry. Pretty much making the same vehicle, or magic vehicle, whatever you call it, as canon, like, when they left the little dungeon to get all the money and stuff, yeah, they kind of went the same thing to try to find the others. With, let's say, they found Mimosa and everyone else that were not controlled, pretty much not controlled or reincarnated elves, whatever. So pretty much same thing with Asta and saying, so, Noelle, are you okay? With Noelle saying, yeah, just a few scraps. And pretty much he sees everyone else in a pretty bad state. And he says, hold on. He just says, Mimosa's healing, pretty much Mimosa's grace, I believe it was called. Pretty much he says, Mimosa's grace. I think, no, Mifa's grace. My bad, not Mimosa. Mifa's grace. I'm sorry, I did not remember very well. I'm sorry. I was just thinking of the characters' names. So pretty much, he was able to heal all of them, and their stamina pretty much also returned, like everything, fully healed. With Asta pretty much just sitting down and just breathing heavily, saying, that took a lot out of me. Pretty much knowing, like, he's also healed, but kind of, it did take some of the magic power from him, let's say. With Noelle going towards him, kind of catching him. And Mimosa seeing how Asta's looking at Noelle. And pretty much, she kind of gets the hint that they're keeping something a secret. With also, pretty much, saying, pretty much, I don't remember how they, noticed that the village was getting attacked, but pretty much, let's say they did. Pretty much, Asta saying, I'll race you, With saying, please, I'm gonna win. With Asta pretty much pulling out the Master Cycle, of course. Pretty much, saying, that's cheating! Of course, with Asta saying, you have magic and you can fly. I would have to run to make it all the way there. Pretty much they're neck and neck. and pretty much there was like fire and everything, pretty much. I think they said that they were gonna go see the other village, their village, just in case, if I remember correctly, like in canon. So pretty much they did, and they literally made it just in time, as the same as canon. With Asta, instead of taking out the Demon Slayer sword, he takes out the Master Sword. With pretty much, instead of like the village being in chaos, it's like everyone's like people. No, like it's still in chaos, but people were looking at the sword. They were saying something. It's like something like they were already protected when Asta and Yuno came. You know, when they got there, they felt already like an aura of safety, kind of like that. So pretty much, Asta, of course, Ellie is there. Yes, Ellie was there. And she was pretty much able to protect them, mostly because of the... I don't remember what magic I gave Ellie, but if I didn't, I would just say... I would give her, healing magic. Pretty much, Ellie was able to heal some of the wounds from the wounded villagers. Of course, she's hiding her ears because, remember, she's an elf. Not an elf. Yes, an elf. Never mind. Yes, an elf. I forgot. Sorry. My brain is not working today. But pretty much, yes. And also, they were both going to be attacked. And pretty much, after Asta and Yuno got there, as the same as canon, like I said, Ellie saw Elijah in Asta. It's like she, pretty much, you know, like how Ellie, like how some characters see their dead friends or siblings or family members like that within a person. It just kind of like that. She saw Elijah literally in Asta, which is Asta's father. With, of course, all of them pretty much being the same as canon, with the father, of course, same as canon, being ill and sick. And pretty much Asta looks at them both and sees that they're both in trouble, with Asta telling Yuno, saying, "Get everyone to safety and I can handle this." With pretty much Yuno saying, "Okay, but just hang in there. Don't take all the glory." With Asta saying, "Well, you better hurry it up then." And pretty much, of course, Yuno still remembers the others. Pretty much, of course, they all got there in just the time where Yuno was able to get everyone out of harm's way. With Asta telling everyone to go heal or help the others that are pretty much injured or anything, to see if there's anyone in the village yet. Of course, he was pretty much distracting and also somewhat trying to avoid hurting the man that, I think it was the Purple Orcas. Yes, the man that was a magic knight from the Purple Orcas. And pretty much somewhat the same as canon, but not really. Because instantly, Asta lost, let's say, the guy instantly was able to make a smoke screen. Somewhat like that. Pretty much blinding Asta, not literally, but pretty much not letting Asta see because of the smoke. With Asta pushing, pretty much making a big enough swing to clear the air, he was about to be attacked, but instantly someone went in front of him and there was a portal in front of the person, and instantly the attack went behind of the Magic Knight that was being controlled by the elf. And Asta looks at the man that was able to save Asta, with the guy saying, "Hey, kiddo, I see you grown." With Asta hearing the voice, it sent him, it's like made his blood run cold, and it's that shiver down its spine. He looks up, and then Libe and Asta in unison, with Libe literally moments when he said that, Libe just also felt like something shook his spine, or like into the core. He looked out of the sword's point, from the sword's point of view, and it showed Asta's dad and Libe's dad. But he looks different. He looks like a man in his 20s for some reason, and he looks really different with the hair with the hair being more like curly, and then it has to be, with Libe going out of the sword, with Elijah saying, Libe, whoa, how did you do that? That was amazing. Asta. And he looks at both Asta and Libe, and instead of seeing little kids like 5 and 6 years old, he sees them both like in their teens. And Elijah just says, oh my God. And both of them, pretty much both Asta and Libe, look at each other, then look at the person that they think there is his dad, or their dad, is their dad. Instantly, Asta goes towards him, with Yuno saying, Asta! With Asta not listening to Yuno, instantly pushes the man, not too much, but slightly, to see if he was real. With Asta just, it's like his eyes of, like, relief. It's like he's starting to tear up, like tears are forming in his eyes. With Libe also doing the same thing, because it's like, for some reason they can't tell if if it's real, or they've gone completely mad that they think it's real. With pretty much Libe hugging him, he's saying, sorry, Dad, it's really you. And he's like saying, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, please, I'm sorry. And tears start forming in Libe, and he's starting to cry. And he's like a total mess, too. With Asta just saying, no, this can't be real. You're dead. Pretty much, Ellie sees and pretty much stands up and saying, Elijah? Then Elijah looks to where Ellie is, and then pretty much Elijah says, Ellie, how's it been? And pretty much giving that goofy smile that Asta does, and pretty much sees that glow around him, because it hasn't happened to her yet, because she's still alive. So pretty much she doesn't know what's happening, and goes up to Elijah and says, Elijah, or were you? With Elijah shaking his head saying, yeah, I was killed, but for me, I'm okay. I'm not mad. Libe, it's not your fault. With pretty much Elijah hugging him, with Elijah still looking at Asta and telling him to come here, pretty much telling him to come, like, go to him, to give him a hug. And pretty much Asta said, just pretty much without saying a word, just walked towards him and hugged him. And pretty much Asta was like, you're actually here. And instantly he started crying, and Yuno was shocked. He never saw Asta cry. The most reaction that he mostly saw from Asta was like, he just saw him serious. He let's just say he never saw him cry, or close to crying at all. With Noelle also shocked. with pretty much everyone shocked. Of course, seeing a demon with an elf and someone that's glowing like an elf, but he's not controlled by an elf, which is confusing. But pretty much, and also I'm just telling you that the glow is happening because Asta is half human, and and mostly the elf is taking pretty much awakening because of this. The elf side is awakening because of this, and it's not taking him over because, of course, he's his own person and he's not dead. It's just that his elf side was just like dormant, you can say. It's like, yeah, you can say it's dormant. With pretty much, with pretty much Asta and Liebe hugging their what thought was dead father. With pretty much Eliza saying, "You two grew up so fast." With Asta and Liebe not saying anything, just still like crying. Not crying, but like they stopped crying. But you know, like after it, you like do like the little, like, you know, pretty much that's what they were doing. And pretty much Elijah says, "Liebe, I'm sorry for making you feel like you were the reason that you killed me." And pretty much Liebe says, "I'm sorry. I wish I was stronger. I'm sorry. I'm so weak." With pretty much Elijah says, look into my eyes right now, young man." Pretty much Liebe stopped crying, but still tears were streaming down his eyes. With Elijah saying, "It was not your fault. It was the damn bastard demon's fault. You were forcefully being controlled. You have no fault in it. It was not your fault. You were forced to do it. They were controlling you." And Asta, and pretty much this is when Elijah was tearing up and saying, "I'm sorry that you had to be left alone. I'm sorry that you have to go through that. Not saying you grow up missing every birthday. I'm sorry." And pretty much saying, "Will you forgive this old man that what you went through because of my fault? Both of you had to go through such traumatic experiences for such a young age. Liebe, I'm sorry that you were forced to be in the Grimoire. I'm sorry." With both Liebe and Asta just looking at each other and realizing that their parents thought it was their fault for the actions that they caused. With both Asta and Liebe saying, "No, it's not your fault." With Liebe saying, "Yeah, like you said, it was that other demon that took control of me. He's the one to blame. So, if we find him, we'll avenge you and Mom." And pretty much, God, I'm actually starting to tear up just be imagining this. Holy God. Ugh. So pretty much, they were pretty much happy with Elijah saying, "So, what's happening?" The last thing I remember, the last few things were when, the incident. And I woke up in this body that looks like it is not supposed to be mine. And Asta, I just noticed this, but why are you glowing? And why am I glowing? With Asta saying, pretty much explaining what happened, pretty much what canon about, I forgot what the guy's name said. I think it was Liebe, that was the guy's name, I don't remember, but pretty much saying that he pretty much made a spell to reawaken all the elves within the body of the person, and mostly makes everyone violent. But why aren't you affected? With pretty much Elijah saying, I don't know, but that's odd. And of course the guy that was knocked out pretty much starts to stand up and says, how dare you, human. Instantly he sees Elijah saying, Elijah? with Elijah saying, "Do I know you?" With Elijah saying, with the guy saying, "It's me, Elijah. Don't you remember? That insert name person, whatever, like, my name is," and pretty much Elijah says, "What? How is that possible? That was like 500 years ago." With pretty much the guy saying, "Wait, Elijah, you were sent 500 years into the future, and you're siding with humans? Are you a traitor?" With Elijah saying, "What? What are you talking about? I'm just protecting my sons." With pretty much the elf looks at both Asta and Libe, saying that Asta is half elf, and saying Libe that is a demon. With the guy saying, "I'd never thought you having a child or children. You're too kind, Elijah, for even adopting a demon. Things we thought that didn't exist anymore, were just legends." Pretty much, Libe also says, "Look, it was 500 years ago. I don't know what happened, but I don't know why I'm alive, why I was reborn either, or whatever is happening." With the elf saying, "Don't you know? Humans destroyed the elves 500 years ago. Because of them, we went extinct. Because of them, we all died. They killed innocent children and families. And you were sent 500 years into the future. And why is that? Did you run away as like a coward? You were not like that, because you were a knight to protect the royal family of elves. Even they were murdered ruthlessly. The humans took everything from us. They killed everyone. The nobles, the commoners, even the king." Pretty much Elijah saying, "What? No, that's not possible. The humans didn't kill the elves, actually, because I was there when it first happened. But I wasn't there for long, because I was with Ellie and with baby Princess Zelda." And he remembers saying, "Zelda." And he looks back at Asta saying, "Asta, do you know where Zelda is? Or do you know who Zelda is?" With Asta shocked that his father knew who Zelda was, saying, "Wait, Dad, do you know who Zelda is?" With pretty much Elijah saying, "Yes, I do. I was actually, her father is my best friend since we were kids. And I was also best man at their wedding." Instantly, the elf, the guy that was being possessed by the elf spirit, whatever it's called, pretty much says, "So, you are half-blood. I guess I can give you a chance since you're half-elf. But for the rest of you, I can't let that happen. I have to kill every human so they can feel what we felt. The same pain that we felt back then." Instantly, he was gonna grow plants again, but instantly, Asta goes towards him, and pretty much a blinding light that pretty much blinded both Elijah and the elf, the guy. And Asta knocked the guy out with the hilt of the sword, of the Master Sword. With Elijah saying, looking at the Master Sword, saying, just remembering that him and his friend found the temple, read the book of a hero returning one day, and he never came in the 500 past because he didn't exist yet. It was his son. His son was the one chosen to fight the evil. And just seeing that, and also the hate was being from the elf, all there was like black smoke that was being taken away and was being absorbed into the sword. It didn't affect anything of the sword. It was just cleansing. It's the best thing I can call it is cleansing. And instantly the man woke up again, but it was the elf saying, "What happened?" With Asta pointing the sword at him, saying, "Wait, what are you doing?" With Asta saying, "You're the one that attacked us first. What do you mean what I'm doing?" With the guy saying, "I don't remember what happened. Did I attack it?" And he looks around, and he sees the destruction. And he remembered the guy saying, the sword that he's pointing at, saying that he's the one that caused the attack. And he says, "Wait, I did this?" With Asta and the others confused because they're hearing it. With the man saying, "I'm super sorry. I don't know what's happened. The only thing that I remember is dying and then waking up, but for some reason feeling angry and complete and utter uncontrollable hatred for humans, even though they weren't the ones that killed us. What the hell is happening?" Instantly, Asta said, "What do you mean?" And pretty much, the guy says, "Well, what happened 500 years ago," and pretty much shows that there was a giant demon attacking the village. Not just their village, but not the human village. Not just actually finding the village that was pretty much coexisting, both human and elves. And of course, there were some other villages near it, but pretty much they were attacking there. And then, pretty much, he explains that after the attack, there was like a giant, like, dark wave. And we just felt pain for just a second. After that, nothing. Just completely utter darkness. And for some reason, we heard a voice. And we followed it, because it sounded kind, but it just told us lies. And we just followed a little string of what we thought was just heaven, but instead it was. And he remembers saying, "Wait a minute." And then he says, "I'm reincarnated." Instantly says, "Where are the others?" Pretty much Asta confused, saying, "What do you mean?" With the man saying, "I remember now. You have to go find," I forgot the guy's name, but pretty much the one that did the spell. Pretty much he says, "Find the seal, destroy it, and kill the being that's in it. Quickly." With Asta saying, "What's in the seal?" With the man's, like, the man putting his hand on his heart, over his heart, where his heart is. He says, and he looks up in complete fear, and he says, "A demon. A true demon. Not strong enough to control our souls and become evil and completely monsters like other souls were created to. I was lucky, but others, you have to destroy the seal. Because if you don't, if he is able to control other elves or anything, there would be more chaos. More hatred would be they would be controlled. Because if you destroy the seal, you destroy the fake memories that he gave us. Because the demon gave us fake memories. Memories that humans killed us. But in fact, no. It was actually a demon being controlled. We were killed by a giant demon." And he looks at the skull, saying, "We were killed by that." With Asta and the others hearing that, seeing the giant skeleton of the demon. With Elijah saying, "No." With pretty much the elf saying, "What do you mean, Elijah?" With Elijah saying, "That's the leader of the elves. He was cursed to turn into a demon. And a demon did this to him." With pretty much Asta and the others hearing this again, that the leader was taken over by a demon. With him saying that with the leader never contacting a demon at all. Maybe it was someone that forcibly made a contract with one. And oh my god. That's when he noticed, and he says, that means that this was to kill every living being. With Asta pretty much saying that. And then he said, and he remembers saying, Father! Pretty much remembering the father of the church, which, let's say, he was able to hang on a little longer because remember, the elf did not do too much damage. With Asta going towards him saying, Father, pretty much the father of the church saying, I forgot his name, pretty much saying, are you okay? Ellie, you need to heal him. With Ellie running as fast as she can towards them, pretty much trying to heal him. Not working as much, but it's helping ease the pain. With the father of the church saying, just looking at both Yuno and Asta, not able to see Zelda there, saying, Asta, Yuno, where's Zelda? With pretty much, let's say Zelda was a bit more behind because, let's say, she was trying to heal others. And she didn't notice that the father was there, let's just say. With Zelda seeing Asta and Yuno saying, Asta, Yuno! Pretty much sees that, and she sees that the father is dying. From the same poison as Canon. With Asta saying, no. And Zelda just saying, please don't die. No, please don't leave yet. They need you. The church needs you still. The village still needs you. With Yuno just tearing up saying, please, don't leave yet. Please don't. With the father just seeing, in his vision, he's seeing Asta, Yuno, and Zelda, but as kids tearing up, saying, don't worry, children. Even if I die, I'll watch over all of you, including the children of the church. I'm sorry that I was not strong enough to defend everyone. I'm sorry that instantly Asta and Yuno said, no. You were amazing. You tried your best. You taught us so much. You cared for us. We thank you, but please don't go yet. With Elijah pretty much going towards him and saying, so, you're the one that took care of my son. With the father seeing Elijah saying, who are you? With him saying, I am the father of Asta. I thank you. I wish we met under different circumstances. I would have liked a nice cup of tea with you. With the father smiling and saying, I would have liked that too. I'm sorry that Asta just yelled saying, no! You can't give up yet! Not yet! Please! Don't die! I can't handle it. Please, don't die! With Levi going towards Asta. With pretty much saying, Asta, I'm instantly... Levi feel it's like the heart. It did a loud thump, a loud sound. With Levi saying, what the? And it happened again. With Levi just holding on to his shield saying, what's happening? With us saying, Levi, are you okay? With Levi saying, yeah, just instantly, it's like telling him something, he felt something in the book, something happening in the grimoire. With Levi saying, Asta, check the grimoire. With Asta saying, okay. And he checked. And there was another page. And pretty much, Asta does And pretty much Asta sees the same sword. It's the same sword as canon, where Asta was able to save the father's life. With pretty much he was able to save him, which he just slowly wakes up saying, am I in heaven? And why are you all three of you also here? With pretty much all three of them just tearing up, would say, Father! And pretty much crying the most because he was both pretty much Zelda and crying the most because of course they lived there for a longer time than Asta. With pretty much Asta just sitting down and just relieved, just sighing and breathing heavily, saying, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. There is a God, dear God. Of course there was always a God. Thank God, thank God, thank God. Pretty much being thankful that he was able to save the father's life. And pretty much, the father was being healed by pretty much, Ellie. With pretty much Elijah saying, so, what's the plan? With also saying, wait, Dad, do you know what we're doing? With Elijah saying, yeah, I do. I kind of get, well, not really, but I get the idea. So, what's the plan? Pretty much all the other magic knights go up and see the also human that's possessed by an elf, but the elf is someone that says that he's going to help them fight back for what is a spell that was never meant to happen. With the other elf saying that he shall also help, and inform you all the information that he knows, and also the fake memories that he remembers. And pretty much he explains everything, what the fake memories that he got from the demon that orchestrated all of this whole plot to try to kill as many people as possible, to try to gain their souls and become more powerful. Which all of them were shocked at the information that a demon was behind all this. All of them look at Libe, of course Libe out of the sword, with Libe saying, what? Hey, don't acquaintance me with other devils. I'm not one of them. Besides, I fought with you guys the whole time. God, you guys think that I'm part of the group, but aren't you? Well, I can't. There's two reasons. One, because I despise them. I hate them because they took my family away. They destroyed our family. And the second one is because instantly he becomes a almost like a shadow, and then gets absorbed by the Master Sword. And he says, because I'm part of this now, my soul, my entire being has become one with the Master Sword, with this sword especially. But I'm not alone. But that's not the case. I never, ever associate me with those bastards. Pretty much all of the other magic knights understand, with pretty much the people that were already know about Lebe understood. But pretty much one of them says, you're gonna have to explain a lot. With us saying, yes, I understand that, but now is not the time. I'll explain later. So let's hurry up and end this. Pretty much also with Elijah saying, so tell me the location and coordinates. With pretty much telling him the place, and pretty much about the Dark Palace. And pretty much everything goes happening with Leon. I don't remember his name. Fuegileon? I don't remember. Pretty much everything happens with the same as canon with Fuegileon. I don't remember his name, but pretty much as canon. With pretty much Asta and Elijah and his group get teleported inside the the palace, with all of them confused how he can do that. With pretty much him saying, I don't know why. With the other elf that was pretty much cleansed, saying that it's because he's an elf. He can actually enter here, and he's been seen as one of the elves. They don't think he's a traitor. If, for example, a human that went here with special magic wouldn't be accepted, and pretty much the magic would just bounce right off. But since he's an elf, he can enter the palace. But before the spell took effect, humans were able to get into the palace. But now that it's taking effect, now the rebounding effect of magic has happened. So now he's the only one that can exit through in this place. So pretty much, let's just say that's the reason why. Pretty much they're walking down the hallway. And let's say the elves were there in the center area as canon. But pretty much they were all of course beaten up pretty badly because of the fights as canon. Well, some of them, not all of them, but some of them. With some of the magic knights being there, with Asta saying, "What the hell is happening?" With, of course, all of the other magic knights being crucified, kind of like, you know what happened to Mimosa in canon? Kind of like that, but they're not being pierced yet, because they're all unconscious. But some of the other elves are also unconscious, being beaten up pretty badly. Instantly, the other elves hear footsteps, and they say, "What?" One of them says, "We haven't dealt with all of the humans? Ugh, annoying pests." I don't remember all of it, so if I'm missing some important stuff, tell me in the comments so I can try to fix that later on. So pretty much, Asta and the group, and also with Elijah, go there. And some of the elves see the humans with Elijah, with the elf, and also pretty much they see Asta. With of course, Asta seeing Zelda unconscious near the pedestal, like the little pedestal. Not on top of the pedestal, but like laying on the pedestal. With us saying, "Zelda!" With pretty much the elves seeing this thing. And one of them senses that he's half human, half elf, saying, "Another half-breed hybrid." With pretty much, the elf says, "Who are you?" Elijah saying, "Hey, it's Elijah. How's it been, guys?" With one of the elves saying, "The traitor? That pesky elf with the humans?" And pretty much sees the other guy that's the elf, but remembers them. And pretty much says that, saying, "What are you doing there? Were you able to seed your hatred for the humans of what they've done?" And pretty much the elf says, "It's not the humans that did this to us. It's the one that we made the deal with." Pretty much all of them confused, and pretty much the guy says, "It's a devil that made us hate the humans. We never did. We never died by any nobles or royalty. Some humans and some elves died and tried to protect the village, but they died in the process. Most of us died. Some of them were able to live, but not all of them. Very little elves were able to survive. Elijah was one of them, but died by the same demon that did this to us." Pretty much just saying that and stopping there, with the other elves saying, "That's complete bullshit. The humans killed us. We remember everything that they did." Pretty much, of course, being unwavered because of the amount of hatred that they had the fake hatred that they had for the humans. So pretty much, and Zelda was starting to wake up, saying, "What the? My head." And of course she was standing up, and instantly she put her hand on the little pedestal, which the whole castle was starting to shake. But when Zelda took off her hand, the whole castle stopped shaking. With pretty much Zelda confused. What the hell? Instantly, all the other elves said, "Stop doing that, you bitch!" With Zelda extremely shocked of the remark, saying, "What the hell?" With pretty much Asta pulling out of course, the Master Sword. All the other elves were gonna attack them. Pretty much, of course, Asta. Of course, it's not like the other elves, like the top people, like, like the ones that attacked Asta and the others. No, it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be different. So they're not gonna attack them yet. So pretty much Asta pulls out his sword, pretty much the Master Sword, and puts it up in the air. With pretty much all of the elves saying, "What do you think you're doing here?" Instantly, it's like something was being dragged out of them. And everyone sees it's smoke. Not just smoke like the elf that Asta took out. It looked like more toxic than anything. And just by breathing it, it smelled like something rotten. They didn't know what it was, but Asta just, for some reason, it's like he felt this before. Instantly, he gets a flashback of the Breath of the Wild Link, of pretty much the pretty much the malice. When Link first got intrigued, pretty much curious, and touched the malice, it burned his skin. Luckily, thanks to Mipha, he was healed. And when pretty much he pulled out the Master Sword and stabbed the malice with it, the malice was disappearing and was starting to get absorbed. All the smoke that was the malice was getting absorbed into the Master Sword. It wasn't affecting it, it's just being cleansed. With Asta ending and saying, "Oh, dear God, dear Goddess Hylia." With pretty much Zelda saying, "Asta, are you okay?" With pretty much Asta looking at Zelda saying, "Zelda, I don't think it was from any regular demon." With pretty much, of course, cleansing the elves that were controlled by the malice. With pretty much Zelda saying, "What do you mean, Asta?" Going up to him. With Asta saying, "It's him. It's Ganondorf. He's the one that did all this. He was the one that's behind it. I don't think he's alone, though. Because he's actually coming back." Instantly, Zelda hearing that, she's like, it's like she went pale. Because Ganondorf was getting closer and closer, and she has still very little mastery of the goddess's light. And pretty much was scared, saying, No. The time is getting near, and we have to be prepared for when he does come, when he appears. Oh dear goddess. Oh dear goddess. Oh dear goddess. With pretty much other knights confused, but with Noelle actually understanding it, she's kind of freaking out, but then gets memories of her past life, of course, as Mipha, fighting and protecting her town, her little village, and everything. And she gets the flashback of fighting the water blight Ganon and being defeated and dying there. Instantly, and she just looks at both of them. Instantly walks to both of them, and Noelle says, you're not alone anymore. We're all back. 3 of us are back. We just need to find the others. I think we know where one of them is, but we need to make sure where the other is. The others are. With Zelda not understanding, but with Asta understanding, saying, we need to bring back the chosen, the ones that were chosen by the Guardians. I forgot what they were called, really. But by the machines, pretty much, like Breath of the Wild, pretty much by that. With Noelle saying, yes, you have one right here now, but we need to find the others. With Asta saying, sure, after this, we will. With pretty much, going up to them saying, I think I know where the other one is. Another chosen. The ones that you're talking about. With Asta just saying, what do you mean? With pointing at himself saying, hi, I'm the reincarnation of Rivali. With everyone shocked. No, actually, both Asta and Noelle shocked. With pretty much both Asta and Noelle kind of like getting like the memories, like a flashback of Rivali, when Rivali pretty much first met Link, with pretty much Noelle also pretty much following him, which was extremely difficult for her because it was really cold. And pretty much when he first met Link, or Asta's past reincarnation, kind of the rivalry pretty much with Asta kind of began there when they first met. And when Rivali saw Mipha, he kind of insulted her a bit. Not too much, but pretty much because of the cocky attitude. With Asta and Noelle saying, are you sure you're his reincarnation? With pretty much saying, yes, actually, because I keep getting these dreams of a man wearing a blue tunic. I was able to fly and make gusts of air at will, and I was piloting this machine. So, and also I'm able to use a bow with such incredible accuracy. And even though I never once used it before, don't you think that's also a good hint? With both Asta and Noelle looking at each other saying, and looking at Asta, saying, well, at least you found another. But we have to make sure we find the other one. With pretty much all of them shaking their heads. And, sorry, I need to look up for something real quick. Pretty much, they were able to they were gonna go look for places. They were gonna go look around, but instantly one of the elves says, wait, you're going the wrong direction. Instantly the elf says, go over there. You'll be able to find Potoli and Licht. With pretty much Elijah saying, you're back. Ah, that's good. Instantly, the elf stands up saying, I'm sorry that we caused too much trouble. The blind hatred that we felt, that we were attacking humans, that even didn't attack us. I feel so ashamed to even call myself a knight. Elijah, how did you escape such a fate? Because you look like you haven't changed at all. With Elijah saying, because I went to protect the leader's daughter. Well, her friend's daughter. And she's here. Because he remembered when he heard the name Zelda, he looked at the girl, seeing Licht. I forgot what the mother's name was, but pretty much also seeing the mother. Instantly, the elf says, what? Instantly goes and sees her saying, oh my god. You were just a baby when I first saw you. You're all grown up. With pretty much Zelda being confusing. Huh? But what do you mean? I'm not from with pretty much Elijah saying, has Ellie told you that we time traveled. With Zelda hearing this thing. Wait, what? Being shocked with Elijah saying, not the time. No, that's a story for another time. Let's continue. Thank you. I hope we meet again. With pretty much Elijah shaking hands with the guy, and pretty much the elf says, "Don't worry, they're all unconscious for now. They shall wake up in a few minutes." Damn it!